Please enter the correct time. What the hell? 7. What the? How do you know it's PM? Heavy. Before we get started, can I just say something? Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you have booted up the game. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock at the 12 o'clock and call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. And that's how I know that you care about this experience. You're paying attention. I don't even have any way of knowing if the time you are setting are correct. Yeah, you are correct, but there was written a PM. AM भी like always PM रहता है शायद से. Tell you what, I'll make a deal. What deal we? Since you have been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick wherever time you want, even if it's not the correct time, you have earned it. Alright, I will let you get back to the video game. So, hello guys, my name is Prajwal and welcome back to my channel PSP app. तो आज हम खेल रहे हैं द स्टैनली पैराबल. सो मैंने ये डाउनलोड किया क्योंकि ये नरेटिव गेम है एंड हाँ मेरे को नरेटिव गेम खेलना था. सो या मैंने डाउनलोड किया. मेरे को पता नहीं इसमें क्या क्या है. सो लेट्स चेक इट आउट. क्या क्या है इसमें, क्या क्या होगा
This is
इसमें.
the story of a man named Stanley.
ओके.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
He was happy.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi.
Okay.
Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time.
What the?
But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
What the? ओए मेरे को लगा मैं ऐसे ही रुक गया उधर ही. हाँ तो yeah, stepped out of his office. ठीक है. Like I'm Stanley. हाँ yeah, I'm Stanley. 427 is my employee number.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Meeting room. सबके नंबर है भाई. Meeting room कहाँ पे है? मेरे को लगा ऊपर बोर्ड होगा. Hello. Okay, meeting room. So यहाँ पे?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Door on is, this is right, this is left. So should I go left or right? He is narrating. सही तो बोल रहा. शायद से सही बोल रहा होगा. I think. शायद से. Wow. What the hell? Meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
What the hell?
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay. How to solve a dispute with a coworker? Let it. Oh, wait. कौन चला रहा है फिर इसको एन लो? ओके ऑटोमेटिक. ओह शट क्यों हो रहा है सभी? वाओ.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
My boss office is upstairs. So क्या है नीचे नीचे क्या है वैसे? Oh, bridge. What the hell? ऐसे games पे red color is not good, but let me check. कुछ नहीं है. वो ये गेट बंद होगा शायद से मैं उस तरफ जाऊंगा तो ऊपर जाके देख. What should I do? Hello? मुझे नहीं पता.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Yeah.
All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star field, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought.
Shut up.
And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be?
11, 12.
Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
This is a dream.
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back.
Yeah. Open the eyes, bhai. Bed mein hu main. Jhoot bola usne.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh, okay. Everything went black. Hello?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Hey.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Stanley.
And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
turned and ran. She didn't help, है ना? Oh, whoa. We are back in the office. काम कर भाई तू बैठ के बता रहा हूँ मैं. 427 Stanley.
All of his co-workers
Whoa.
were gone. What could it mean?
Huh?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh wait. What the hell is going on भाई? वापस से आ गया क्या मैं? ये
When
होगा.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Left. हम लेफ्ट में गए थे, है ना? So लेफ्ट में नीचे गए थे स्टेयर्स से. So I want to go now right.
This was not
Whoa,
the correct
whoa,
way
whoa.
to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
ये narrator
Perhaps he
से डर
wanted
रहा
to
हूँ
stop
भाई
by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
मैं. Every सारे कंप्यूटर्स ऑन है लेकिन बंदे कहाँ हैं? This is all. बंद हो गई है?
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour
Wow.
after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply
Sick.
stood here, drinking it all in.
I stood here. No, I will go. Stood. रुकना है क्या?
Yes,
Yo-
really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
Oh.
Really worth it.
Okay. So I should go. मतलब क्या देखते रहना है?
At this point,
Oi.
Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and
Okay,
reflected
I see.
poorly on his
Okay.
overall personality.
I will go
But at
outside.
last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
What the hell? Okay, first open door on his left. This one. ओए इधर तो मतलब ये गेम है, बहुत सारे रास्ते हैं भाई. कौन सा रास्ता चुनना है? नरेटर बोल रहा है इधर जा, लेकिन शुड आई लिसन टू हिम? मैंने तो पहले ही गलत बात ले लिया, सो आई विल नॉट लिसन भाई. लास्ट में लेंगे सही बात.
Stanley was
Oh.
so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
स्टैनली को मैं चला रहा हूँ. आई एम सो सॉरी. स्टैनली विल.
Oh, well, look who's got cold feet. Sorry to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back. You'd
Oh.
best either get comfortable
the-
right here on this platform or test your luck by jumping to the floor below. You know what? Looking at it now, it's not that far to the bottom floor. I bet you can make it. Whoops. Looks like I was wrong. How clumsy of me.
अरे मेरे को लगा वो. What the hell? अरे मेरे को लगा वो लिफ्ट
All of his co-workers were
वापस
gone.
मतलब
What could it
रुकेगा.
mean?
मैं वापस.
Stanley?
अभी इसके
Look,
ऊपर
Stanley,
रुकना
I
है.
think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Yeah.
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
I'm asking for her म्हणजे.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside.
Oi.
To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
She's. Oh, dark room. Hello. कुछ ज़्यादा ही dark है वही. Oh, wow.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Remove this.
No, you can't. Did you just unplug the
Oh,
phone?
what the hell? मुझे नहीं
But
पता
that
था.
wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
What the hell?
No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible?
Okay.
None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand.
कसम से नहीं पता
How
था
on earth
भाई
are you
मेरे को
making
लगा
meaningful
उसका switch
choices?
होगा
What
ऐसे
did
सोच के मैंने निकाल
Wait a
दिया
second. Did I just see? No, that's not possible. I can't believe it.
So
How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
okay.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person.
5 minutes later.
Okay.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Okay, should I go? Exit. Stop. Stop है क्या वो? Should I go back? Oh, back ही जाना है. What is this? कुछ कर सकता हूँ. B4 याद रखना पड़ेगा.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all.
Yes.
We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Okay, fine. अभी मैं narrator का सुनूंगा.
2 hours later.
All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
हाँ? मैं वापस जा सकता हूँ. So वो वाले डोर में क्या था वो देखना है मेरे को. Like वो देखना है मेरे को. Seriously बहुत ईगो हो रहा है अंदर से. चुल मच रहा है वो देखना है करके. ओके तेरी बात मान लेते हैं पहली बार. Like, you know, पहली बार मेरे को ये वापस मीटिंग रूम में यार दिमाग खराब. अच्छा नीचे
Yet
क्या
there was
था?
not a single
वो-
person here either.
Okay.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay, I'm going to the boss's office.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, I'm going upstairs. इधर भी रेड कारपेट है. रेड ये क्या बोलते हैं इसको? वॉल. कहाँ पे भाई? This is not the boss office. है? फिर ओह वाह तुम लोग ये डोर का मत खराब मत करो मेरा. ये भी नहीं खुलता. अरे ये खुलना चाहिए था. मतलब ये डोर्स खुलने चाहिए थे. मतलब मैं तो फिर पागल ही हो जाऊँ सब तरफ.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
What is the code? मैं भूल गया. What was the code? Hello.
Stanley spoke the code.
Sorry.
Nightshark 115.
Okay.
He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Okay. Stanley. What the fuck is wrong with me, Stanley? Sta-
I'm
Stan.
sorry, is there a problem?
Yeah.
You didn't mishear me, did you?
Yeah.
Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Sorry. It's like, please say me the code once again. Like, you're listening to me. Say me the code.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you
say me
had better
the
things
code.
to
I
do.
want to do.
I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You
what?
behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Like should I? अबे मेरे को वो डोर चेकआउट करना है लेकिन अरे मेरे को वो पासवर्ड अच्छा डायरेक्ट अच्छा ठीक है पूरा कर लेंगे उसको.
No! Why did you do that?
Sorry.
Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
I want to go to that now, way, please. Open. नहीं यार बंद करके रखे लोग. Fine. मुझे जाना ही पड़ेगा क्या? Okay. मतलब मुझे अभी सही जाना पड़ेगा. मेरे को वो डोर चेक करना चाहिए था यार. Shoot. What a ball. What the?
I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work.
Sorry.
Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now.
Okay.
And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever.
Wait.
Reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I...
Get to me there.
No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to.
No.
I have to.
No! Ah, what the hell? Whoa. Whoa, down. Are you shutting the game down or shutting me, bhai? मेरे को
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
I'm not fucking Stanley.
That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? Okay. You're a child.
Don't say me that.
Oh, my story.
Fuck your story.
If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to
reset the game then. Oh. What the hell?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ah.
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me?
So game खत्म हो गया? गेम खत्म हो गया क्या है? हो गया कि नहीं वो तो बताओ. टाइमिंग मैं तो देखा ही नहीं था. पिछली बार भी आप ही देख रहा हूँ जैसे पता हो मेरे को. वेट. ये म्यूजिक थोड़ा अलग है.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
So
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Officer.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
5 minutes later.
Upstairs?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. अभी इस बार ना मैं अच्छे से सुनूंगा पासवर्ड मुझे पिछली बार तो पासवर्ड तो निकल गया.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Wait, this is
Shocked,
changed.
unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret pin number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2485.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Okay, sorry. 2845. अरे यार तेरी ऐसी की तैसी मैं सच्ची में याददाश्त की प्रॉब्लम है मेरे
Incredibly,
को.
by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
This one? Oh my god, this is passage. Oh my god. Wait. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Cool down, भाई ऐसे आवाज़ें मत करो. Okay.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Like तू तो basement में लेके जा रहा है मेरे को. Like.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up.
Yeah,
Silly me.
because it's.
Why did Stanley do that when he
Because
needed
it's
to just
basement,
lead back to
मुझे नहीं
his
जाना
boss's
होगा.
office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
वापस नहीं जा पा सकते? नहीं.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is.
Okay.
What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again.
I'm so sorry, भाई एक और
Fleshed
बार.
out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow! I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Okay, sorry. I'm going back.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
Because I want to know, bhai. I want to know about this game. What is this?
Surely this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he?
It's showing me the option, so. It's showing me the option, like. Should I go? Like, it's showing me the option. वो अंदर का कीड़ा भैंस की. House.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
I'm so sorry once again, भाई. I don't want to go there, पर. Yeah, वो वापस से चालू हो गया ना, वो एलिवेटर एकदम से करंट हो गया तो मेरे को लगा बंद हो गया एलिवेटर. So just to check मैंने किया. Sorry. So. Ah!
Oh my god. It's the boss's office.
What the hell?
This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this.
Please. Yes, I'm holding me.
Okay, I'm ready.
You're ready.
I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No! No, wait! No! I need more time to process.
What the hell? Stop. Dun, 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 dun.
All right. I have fully come to terms with it.
Okay,
I have
fine.
made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality.
Okay.
As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
So fine.
Of course. Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Okay. Just sorry once again. Can you off this lift? मुझे वापस जाने का मन कर रहा है. Never mind भाई.
Stanley
Whoa,
walked
whoa,
straight
what?
ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay. Mind control fast. Whoa. Escape. Escape! Mind control facility. Escape. Oi, narrator. There is the word written escape. What should I do? Should I escape or should I go to mind control facility? Hey, bhai. Say me.
Although this passageway had the word escape, but of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
अगर कोई तो कोवर्कर जो हमारा पुराना वाला उसने लिखा होगा तो ये escape है ना? तो मतलब या वो हमको हेल्प करना चाहता हो कि भाई उधर मत जाओ, go and escape करके. ओए कितना दूर है ये?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
No, I'm getting escape भाई. Shut up.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Something opened. Is it escape? Am I escaping? What is this? Hello, what is this? Oh, what the? Oh! Baap re.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence
अरे वो,
whatsoever.
अरे अच्छा, मैंने अभी
Stanley
देखा.
can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is.
अरे मतलब मेरा
Perhaps his
narrator
death
सही है
was
क्या?
of
What the
no
hell?
great loss, like
Oi.
plucking the eyeballs from a blind man.
Should I jump?
So he
Jump,
resigned
jump,
and
jump.
willingly accepted this
Jump!
violent end
Jump!
to his brief and shallow life.
Oh,
Farewell,
it's so
Stanley.
fucking close. No. अरे narrator बचा. What the hell? No. Bridge. What the hell? रुक गया.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body,
Damn.
killing him instantly.
What the hell? Oh. Eh?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
So it's over? The game is over?
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, Death becomes meaningless, making life the same.
Am
Do
I
you see
dead?
now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
मैंने
Can you
दबा.
see? Can you see how much they need one another?
Yeah,
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
I can't see.
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail.
Oh!
Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time
So
choose.
escape. Quit. Should I quit? What the? So should I quit? I quit. कुछ बोलेगा अभी like you have done the great job without quitting करके?
This is the story of a man named Stan.
Seriously? I didn't understood like फिर भी like मेरे हिसाब से मेरे दिमाग के हिसाब से तो स्टैनली के जैसे हैं सभी लोग एंड उन लोग मैंने जो पाथ चुना उन्होंने भी वही पाथ चुना एंड वो जाके मर गए एंड में. सो उन लास्ट में बचाने के लिए मैंने ये किया. सो ओके गाइस, नेक्स्ट टाइम. ओके, आज के लिए बस इतना ही. थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग एंड प्लीज़ डू सब्सक्राइब एंड लाइक द वीडियो अगर आप लोग अच्छा लगा तो. नेक्स्ट टाइम हम लोग ना वो एलिवेटर के पास वो लड़की नरेटर ने जो बोला यू विल लाइक किल अदर्स लाइफ, जल्दी से एग्जिट कर, गो टू मेन मेन्यू, जो मैंने किया. तो अगली बार नहीं करेंगे वो चीज़. मैं चाहता हूँ कि क्या हो, मैं देखना चाहता हूँ कि एक और बार क्या होगा, क्या हम वही वाइट रूम में जाएंगे क्या नहीं. एंड हाँ, नेक्स्ट टाइम हम दूसरे डोर पे भी, वाले डोर पे भी जाके देखेंगे. सो थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग. सब्सक्राइब टू माई चैनल एंड लाइक करो, प्लीज़ लाइक करो यार, प्लीज़ लाइक करो. आप लोगों के लिए मैं कितने अच्छे गेम्स ला रहा हूँ, प्लीज़. सो थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग एंड हैव अ नाइस डे. बाय बाय Stanley. By 4:27 I will come back. Okay.